hello. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone has been doing well, that your homes are being covered, and you are waking up every day with a positive attitude. Even if things are not going so well, it's okay. Just know it's okay. And I'm praying for you. And I mean that. I pray over this platform. I pray over my followers. I pray over my camera. I want to be able to say the right things to the right people, and that is my prayer. And we all can get through this. You know, there's an unmeasurable amount of blessings out here for all of us. So we just have to keep pressing and keep pushing, okay? Alright, I got y'all. In my previous video, I put some information out about myself a little bit, about my background, where I come from, what I'm called to do, my passion. I spoke about some transparent moments that I felt was important to share, and pretty much like how my life has been rocky and, you know, it's been tough. But I'm embracing those moments. I'm pushing, I'm going forward to greatness, and I know good things are ahead. I was not, and I refused to sit in my misery and just feel like I just got the worst life ever, because every day isn't great. But it doesn't have to be my end, you know. It's because of grace. Like, I'm here because of grace. This is what grace looks like. And I'm so thankful, you know, to tell God, like, thank you for this. And I mean it, like, thank you for this, because he's still with me. He's still guiding me as the enemy keep plotting and planning against me. And, you know, that's why I have to keep praying, and I have to keep declaring that great things will manifest and happen in my life. My past is my past. It's not a blueprint to my future. And I'm here to tell y'all, like, generational curses can and will be broken. And, you know, God can do some incredible things. Open yourself up to him. Allow him to show you and direct you. Without him, I know that I wouldn't be who I am today. It sounds cliche because a lot of people use that phrase, but I'm speaking from real life gratitude. I'm speaking from a real life place. I'm real sincere about this. Like, I could have been sprung out on drugs. I could have been completely out of my head, somebody's drunk mama. And, you know, I was headed in that direction. That's another transparent truth of how I dealt with the spirit of alcoholism for some years. I was a drinker. I would drink a lot. I would drink anybody, and that was the problem. It took a lot for me to, you know, to get there. And sometimes I would have to have a whole bottle to myself. Now, my mom, you know, jokingly, she would say, Steph, you better be careful, you know, alcoholics around in the family. But she meant that. I started drinking at a very young age, before I was legally able to purchase alcohol. And by the time my 21st birthday hit, I was primed and prepped. I knew what to get. I knew how to mix drinks. I knew the differences between the drinks: vodka, gin, tequila, brandy. I knew it. It's a sad truth. It's a sad truth, but we're here to talk about these issues, to address it. And some people don't think it's a problem. Some people don't think that drinking is an issue. They don't acknowledge it as an issue. But any drug or any alcohol is considered a gateway. We use it to enhance whatever mood we want to be in. If we want to feel good and put good at a 10, we drink. Some people do it to cover up how they're feeling, to numb themselves. But, you know, either way, it's a controlled substance. They call alcohol spirits for a reason. It changes people. It could change some for a moment, and some make it a lifestyle. Like, they can wake up and drink like it's coffee. But it's all an influence. It changes your environment, it changes your behavior, it changes you, it controls everything about you. Like, you lose self-control. You have no self-control. No control over your hormones, your brain, your body. Whatever you consume is taking over. Now, me, being a heavy drinker, I was using it to psych myself, to psych out who I really was, to bring out certain characteristics that I knew I couldn't do or bring out or say when I was sober. So I needed the liquid courage. And a lot of times that liquid courage got me in some messed up situations. Like, I would drink. I was drinking so far that, drinking myself so far away that whatever I was feeling at that moment became an emotional overload. I was saying stuff and doing stuff out of emotional places, sometimes all at once, with anger, frustration, hate, bitterness, whatever it was, however I was feeling, it tripled. It just came out because, like I said, I couldn't do this sober. I couldn't speak my mind sober. And so I eventually ended up becoming a villain. Everybody around me want to call me drunk. They were scared for me to drink because I would turn into this person, and they're like, why is she like that? But that's because it's deeper than me just being drunk. It was something on the inside, something around me being unleashed. Now, naturally, I bottle things up. I let things linger on. I don't talk about how I'm feeling. But if you press that button while I got something in me, you better watch out. Because this girl is on fire. She coming out and she gonna destroy you. And that's another thing. Like, I would say stuff that I know I couldn't take back. Now, you probably deal with it, or probably witness somebody doing it, being out of their character, and it happens. And then sometimes, like, once that high is gone, and you wake up to these text messages, or wake up in places like, oh, how did I get here? Or next to somebody, or you're feeling like crap, or you done broke your ankle, broke your wrist. You didn't feel it at that moment. You didn't know or take knowledge of any of this that's going on. But when you sober and back natural in your right state of mind, it's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did this. Oh my goodness, like, what happened? And then the most famous line, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not drinking. I'm not using. I'm done. But it's just for that moment, because that urge gonna come knocking again. Do, do, do. Hey, come on, let's do this. And you find yourself back in that position again. And that's how the enemy works. Like, that's how he played. He wants you to come back. He wants us to keep looking like a fool. He wants us to keep hooking up with the wrong people. He wants us to be in these dangerous environments, clubs, bars, whatever. He wants us to be vulnerable. He wants us to be emotional and act bad, do bad. He wanted to happen. And it's serious. And I look back on times like that. I look back when I was faded, or being around people who wasn't in their right mind. And I do not miss it. I don't miss it. I don't miss any of it. I don't miss having to be tore up to have a good time. And I had to fix that. I had to make a decision to say, if I don't want it and it's becoming a part of me and I need help, I'm going to get it. I prayed about it. I didn't want to keep masking things up. I didn't want to be that alcoholic. I didn't want to be that drunk mama. I didn't want my kids to see me acting a certain way, behaving a certain way, being unhappy. So, Lord, how can you help me? Help me. I don't want to keep hurting people because they hurt me. I needed to stop. I needed it to stop. But once you stop one habit, you normally pick up something else. So, okay, I had to make my mind up. If I wanted to stop, what can you give me, God? What can replace this? What can make me feel good internally without drowning myself in this poison? I wanted to stop. And I did it. I didn't need AA. And I wasn't like the alcoholic where people had to hide bottles when I came around. It wasn't like that, but I had an issue of drinking. And I didn't like it. So then I started socially drinking. And after I prayed about it, I started feeling condemned. I get around people, I start drinking a little bit. Something in the back of my head like, "Oop, Steph, nah, you ain't supposed to be doing this. I thought you said you didn't want to do this." And he inclined me to that. And that's a good thing, because I wanted to feel like me. I wanted my health, my kids, my salvation. I wanted all that stuff, my future. I wanted it to be great. I wanted it to matter. So I had to get away from the streets. I had to get away from turning up. Because for one, I'm too old for it. I'm too old in age. I'm too old in experience. I've been there. I've done it. Nothing good came out of it. And I wanted it to be done. That's not the life. If you want the outside looking in, it's not the life. Straight up, it's not. So, if I didn't want liquor to be part of me, it was done. Alcohol in there, here and there, okay, but that hardcore liquor, it stopped. And I wanted to be able to, like I said, to be me, to express myself in a tasteful manner, to face my situations head on, to have a hopeful life, to rely on the Word of God. If it was rough times, I want to rely on that instead of putting a bottle to my face. So me taking the first step was all that I needed. And from there, my life and good things start to unfold. Then sometimes you have to simply just look at the whole picture, the whole situation. Because for one, habits are expensive. Liquor is expensive. Drugs are expensive. You have to be able to afford it. Some people can't afford it. They still do it. Secondly, it's not good for the body. There is no good benefits of you putting that stuff in your body. Third, you do some crazy stuff. Fourth, it's split up families. You arguing, your kids see you acting a fool, your spouse is unhappy, and it's all just a big ball of nothing. And some people are functional alcoholics. They wake up drinking, go to work, all that. They don't see nothing wrong with it because who are they hurting, right? But come on, we really seriously have to buckle down and see that you are ruining yourself. You're ruining lives. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, rulers of the darkness of the world, and against spiritual wickedness in high places. That's Ephesians 6:12. We're not just, like I said, consuming this stuff to have a good time. It's a lot deeper than that, and we have to unroot this, because alcohol and drugs, it alters your mind. Again, you do it because you can't do certain things or say certain things or feel a certain way being sober. And that's a sensation that becomes an addiction. And once it becomes an addiction, it's like, okay, now my body is dependent on that. Whatever that is, It's a very dangerous dimension to be in, because you're not in your right mind. And that's why people hear voices. And that's why people who's impaired, cause all these accidents. And stuff happens. Stuff happens to themselves. Stuff happens to other people. I don't do drugs, but I just know it's deeper than a good time. And speaking from experience and the route I was going, it was bad. It was not a safe space for anybody. I wanted to be whole. I wanted to be happy. And it's a sensitive matter. Like, because, my family, they do, have a history of all kinds of habits. And it's scary. It's a scary place. It's a trap. It's a trap of the enemy to keep this going. To keep it going. And I'm happy to say that I released myself and my kids from this curse. Like, I choose to be a woman of God, to create a clean and sober environment. It stops here and it starts here. I claim deliverance of alcohol and substance abuse from my home in the name of Jesus. I'm going to continue to pray. I'm going to keep praying on this. And if you're facing this problem, just ask God to come in and help you refocus. Because those habits trickle down. And it's not a good look. And then it started to open doors to other habits and other lustful desires. And that's a whole situation that's just going to keep going and keep going. So decide to recover. Recover is necessary. If you want a clear vision to greatness, it's necessary. Recovery is necessary if you want to become a better person. Recovery is necessary if you want to live a healthy life. Because my greatest weapon to keep this sobriety going, to keep myself from going back, is to stay prayerful. Because no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I have to keep good affirmations in mind. Keep reading the Bible. Avoid people and things that I know will tempt me. I am a grown woman. I'm a strong woman. But temptation is always going to be there. It's going to be waiting on me to slip up. But I have to stand firm on my own words and declare it that it's over. That this phase of my life is done. And it can be done. It can be done for you. Just ask God, come into my life, change my desires, lead me, guide me, and He'll do it. But you have to be willing to meet Him. And you could meet Him by building a relationship through prayer. I can't say that enough. Prayer is everything. Now, this ain't for everybody because everybody don't want to quit. But, if you want to and you know that it's destroying things or it's not beneficial, give it a try. Give God a try. Me, I'm going all the way up. I'm not ashamed of the gospel, and I know because God is real and my life is turning a whole new 360, I'm for it. So, make a decision. Change your lifestyle. Break generational curses in your family. But that's for this. It has nothing to do with me actually talking about being an alcoholic. Like I said, it's way deeper than that. Open yourself. Open your life, your world, and everything around you and see the bigger picture. I will continue to pray for you. I want you to return the same thing. And we're going to get through this. Until next time, God bless you.